Have you ever walked into a room and felt invisible? Not because you looked tired or wore something plain, but because somehow people's eyes just glanced past you like you weren't even there. And yet, that same you, same face, same body, walked into another room on another day, and suddenly something shifted. People noticed, they smiled, their eyes lit up. What changed? It wasn't your age, it wasn't your weight, it wasn't even the outfit. It was the color you chose. As a doctor who has spent over 3 decades studying women's health, psychology, and beauty, I've discovered something fascinating. Color is one of the most underestimated tools in a woman's life, especially after 60. The right shade doesn't just change how you look, it transforms how you feel, how you carry yourself, and how the world sees you. So today, I invite you on a colorful journey, not just to change your wardrobe, but to reconnect with your most radiant, powerful, and authentic self. 1. It's not loud like red, and not cold like black. Navy carries a quiet strength, like a woman who knows who she is and doesn't need to shout. Biologically, deep blues help regulate the sympathetic nervous system. They slow heart rate, lower blood pressure, and create a feeling of calm and safety, something many women crave, especially as they grow older and often feel overlooked. Carol, 70, from Boston, always thought bright colors were her only ticket to being noticed, until the day she wore a navy blazer to her granddaughter's graduation. She didn't just blend in, she stood out in the most elegant way. People stopped me to say how stunning I looked, Carol shared. It wasn't flashy, it just felt. Navy fits every occasion: family gatherings, formal events, casual coffee dates. And the best part? It doesn't change who you are. It brings you back to who you've always been: steady, wise, and quietly powerful. 2. Peach. A natural glow without the makeup. Once you've embraced the calm of navy, it's time to soften the edges with a hue that's gentle, fresh, and unmistakably feminine. Peach. Peach is not trying to impress. It doesn't scream. It glows. Like spring sunshine on your skin, it flatters wrinkles, softens features, and brings warmth to your face. Psychologically, peach, a soft, warm tone, boosts serotonin levels, easing stress and encouraging self-acceptance. For women over 60, it acts almost like a soft focus filter, bringing light and joy without effort. Linda, 68, from Chicago, had worn dark colors for years, thinking they were slimming. But her daughter gave her a peach cashmere sweater for her birthday. When I looked in the mirror, something changed. I saw a sparkle in my eyes I hadn't seen in years, she said. That night, she was complimented 3 times, and even asked out for coffee by a gentleman she met at the party. Sometimes, beauty doesn't come from concealers and creams. Sometimes, it comes from a color that whispers, "You're soft. You're seen." 3. Royal purple. Wisdom and power with grace. Next, let's step into something deeper, richer. Royal purple. Historically worn by queens and nobility, purple has long been a color of rarity and reverence. But today, it belongs to every woman who has lived, loved, lost, and come out stronger on the other side. Purple symbolizes creativity, intuition, and inner strength. For women over 60, it says, "I've earned my voice." Margaret, 72, from New York, a retired nurse, never cared much for fashion, but for her granddaughter's wedding, she tried on a long-sleeved purple dress. The compliments kept coming. She laughed. "I wasn't just dressed up." It says, "I know who I am." 4. Emerald green. Energy, balance, and new life. From royal elegance, let's move into rejuvenation. Emerald green. Green symbolizes growth, nature, and harmony. It reminds us that even as years pass, there's still joy to be felt, beauty to be seen, and life to be lived fully. Medically speaking, green reduces stress, improves focus, and even helps regulate blood pressure, which becomes more relevant as we age. Susan, 66, from Portland, wore an emerald coat on a walk through her neighborhood park. Two strangers stopped to compliment her. "I felt alive again," she said. "You don't need a party to dress up. Life is the celebration. Let emerald green be your reminder. You're not just aging, you're blooming." 5. Classic red. Bold confidence without apology. And now, the boldest step. Classic red. Red doesn't ask for attention. It claims it. And for women over 60, red is not about rebellion. It's about owning your space. Red stimulates the sympathetic nervous system. It boosts heart rate, sparks excitement, and radiates presence. Studies even show that people wearing red are more memorable and perceived as more dynamic. Patricia, 69, from Atlanta, hadn't worn red in 20 years. One day, she saw a red dress in a store window, tried it on, and smiled. "It was me, from then and now, blended together," she said. She wore that dress to her grandson's wedding. You don't need to shout to be seen. But sometimes, a bold red says exactly what you've been holding inside. I'm still here. 6. Deep burgundy. Elegance in stillness. After the fire of red comes the quiet glow of deep burgundy. This shade is sophisticated, grounded, and quietly captivating. It doesn't chase attention. It earns admiration with depth and grace. Warm burgundy tones soothe the nervous system and invite trust. It's the perfect color for meaningful conversations, dinners, or gatherings, where presence matters more than sparkle. Janet, 71, a retired architect from Denver, wore a burgundy knit coat during the holidays. "I didn't feel old," she said. Burgundy is the jazz of color, smooth, rich, and unforgettable. 7. Honey gold. Joy that never expires now. Let's bring in some sunshine with honey gold. Not loud or flashy. Honey gold is the golden hour of colors. Warm, hopeful, and glowing from the inside out. Studies show golden hues can reduce loneliness and increase dopamine, the feel-good brain chemical. For women navigating change or loss, it brings a quiet cheer, a reminder that joy still belongs to you. You don't need a reason to be joyful. Joy is a right, not a reward. Wear honey gold like you'd open your curtains on a sunny morning, for no reason other than the sheer beauty of the light. 8. Ivory. The beauty that needs no proof. Finally, we end with the quietest and perhaps the most powerful of them all. Ivory. Ivory doesn't try to impress, it just is. Timeless, pure, and elegant beyond trends. Unlike stark white, which can wash out mature skin, ivory adds softness and glow. It brings light to your face and warmth to your presence. Until one night, at a charity gala, she wore an ivory suit her daughter chose. "I was afraid it was too much," she said, "but that night, people saw me, really saw me, and I realized. Ivory isn't about standing out, it's about showing up, in full ownership of who you are. It tells the world, I'm at peace with myself, I'm done proving." Final thoughts. From navy to peach, emerald to burgundy, every color we've explored carries a message, not just to the world, but to yourself. You don't have to overhaul your wardrobe. Start small, a scarf, a blouse, even a lipstick. Let color be your companion, reminding you that aging is not fading. It's a blooming. It's a reintroduction of your strongest, wisest, most radiant self. If this inspired you, be sure to subscribe, hit the bell for notifications, and share this with a woman who deserves to feel seen and celebrated. Thanks for spending this time with me. Until next time, stay bright, stay bold, and never forget, you were born to shine.